Welcome to the Indigo League, where trainers grow and bond with their Pokemon to become the very best and prove themselves unbeatable.
We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fall, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon, and thank you guys so much for joining us today on today's episode of Unbeatable. Yay, we're here. I actually realized I did not think about what I was going to say as we started the episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop right into it. No, we're not retaking this. I'm going to hop right into it.
Did you pop your jacket off, or...?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was very
as
smooth.
long as you started with it, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're doing it live.
Every episode that I don't wear a jacket, I start with it on so that I can say I wore my jacket for every episode of Unbeatable. It's too hot today, though. So we're hopping into the second half of us doing our downtime on Seafoam Island. Just a recap for everybody who watched the last episode. We dealt with some training days. Seth went through and got a little bit more connection within the Bosco Tower. We had Coryne get a new member of her party in the form of a Badoo. We had Gavin go in and start getting Pokemon to be able to trade them in for his new teammate, which he will be meeting this episode ideally. But other than that, I think we just still have a lot left on the docket for our time in Seafoam, if I remember correctly. So I actually, before we get into everybody's events, Matt had a good idea before the episode, and I would like to do that real quick. But we're gonna roll for the first few days of all of our faction rolls and get those out of the way.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Don't make me.
So we're gonna go ahead and do the first half of them, the first 7. So everybody get your D20s, D12s, and D10s ready to go, because I don't think there's anything lower than that currently. Oh no, there's a D8. There's a D8.
Get ready, because
that's my dad. That's the D8.
It's whatever Kenna wants to decide on what's gonna go up or down. In terms
What the heck? That is not true.
Okay, so with that, let's start on. Okay, so something to introduce. We actually have, instead of 5 segments today, we have 7 factions to do today. So we're gonna be rolling a few more dice than normal.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's
So
suspicious.
editor, just for the brevity of all of our viewers, I'm gonna clap, and then unless something crazy happens, you're gonna bring it back in right after this lack of seconds passing by. And now we've come back from rolling an unreasonable amount of dice. However, editor, there is one reaction I would like you to put in right here.
Get that one.
And
Yay!
No!
Armand Kingsley goes to a D8.
No! Matt, do you know what that means?
I roll like you. I don't like that.
Okay.
You know what's great is when Armand Kingsley advances, it's just the other fucking things that advance.
I don't know if you remember, but every time Armand Kingsley advances, every enemy faction advances a stage.
I got enemies. Got a lot of
So
enemies.
Matt not only
When was that announced? I don't
that
remember
happened
being
last
good.
time as well.
Yeah, forever ago.
Yeah, that happened last time. So that means that Blue Rockets, Crimson Rockets, and Unnamed Faction 3 are all going to go down a stage.
Is that what's the
Wait, they
new
go-
Dynamo thing?
They go.
They're going down a
as in they're
size.
Progressing. Okay, got it.
They're progressing, yeah. Triggers.
You know what I don't like?
Blue.
I don't like that your dad is in the middle of all of that, and the fact that anytime he succeeds,
My dad's
all
the
the bad
BBEG.
guys
My dad's the
succeed.
BBEG.
What is that?
Guys, that means the Crimson Rockets are at a D8 right now.
That's fun.
No,
He's
those are
rolling
the
them.
worst ones, aren't they?
No, we got
Okay.
D6 and D4 to get through.
Kenna, can you get me a D12 for the Blue Rockets, please?
No.
That's a big
You know
deal.
what?
Every time Armand Kingsley goes through, that's a big deal.
Kenna, no.
Kenna, did you just roll a 12?
Kenna, no.
I would like to apologize.
Kenna,
Okay.
no.
Blue Rockets.
Kenna's working for the other team.
I'm sorry. I'm really sad.
Okay. The second day is a very big day for people. God damn.
A lot of shit.
That was all.
went
This is
down.
all the same day.
We'll just make it.
They went. Blue Rockets increased 2 stages on the same day. That's wild.
I call that a Tuesday.
Burrty, can you give me a D8 roll for the Crimson Rockets, please?
That's an 8.
What is that?
I pull it back.
Stop.
Editor, put this in the episode. This is in the episode. This is in the episode.
No, take it out. It never happened.
Make
It
a note.
never
Make a note for
happened.
the time.
I never get to progress the enemy factions. This is fun.
To a D8. Oh no!
Watch the rest of it. Watch the rest of it. Just be like, I'm on Kingsley. We rolled a 1, and it's like everyone just.
Not
right.
Aaron having to come up with what the fuck is happening on day 2. Holy shit. Where things
8.
got fucked up. 8. Okay, Armand Kingsley's going to trigger again.
Does that need to be a thing? 'Cause that's gonna be like that's a nuke.
Burrty.
I don't stop cheering for this stuff. I don't want
Oh
this
my
to
God.
happen. I got other
I'm
stuff to
just
do.
here for
The
I'm
apocalypse is
just
coming.
here for the drama.
You
Hey.
live here.
Remember when I have caused all the problems?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that was you guys reacting to the fucking day of judgment that you caused from your rolls.
Everything's on fire now.
4 of them.
To clarify, that was like a 20-something minute endeavor that we just did.
Number 2.
Never.
Basically, real quick, to go down the list of things, the players started rolling all of the encounter dice for all the different factions that were going on, and very quickly made the realization, as they had done previously, that when they roll the die for Armand Kingsley, the father of one of our adventurers, I don't know which one,
Bad shit happens.
bad shit happens. All of the enemy factions all increase towards their goal by 1 stage. So very quickly, Armand Kingsley was rolled, and I believe that first one was by Matt, and you heard me, that first one, because that triggered the Blue Rockets, the Crimson Rockets, and a couple of other unnamed factions. And then the Blue Rockets got their own increase, and the Crimson Rockets got their own increase, and that was on 1 day, because the
We fucked up,
following
guys.
day after that, basically the Crimson Rockets and the Blue Rockets both hit some progress, but the League did as well. And then I believe it was Burrty who rolled the second Armand Kingsley.
Yeah.
Which triggered the Blue Rockets, the Crimson Rockets, and a couple of unnamed factions again. However, the Crimson Rockets and an unnamed faction both suffered a setback. Day 5 was peaceful. Nothing happened. Day 6, Armand Kingsley suffered a setback. The Blue Rockets went up to a D6. The League went up to a D6. And then day 7, the Crimson Rockets went up to a D8, and the League went up to a D4. So our final standings, just for anyone keeping track at home, is currently Armand Kingsley stands at a D8. The Blue Rockets, who started the day at a D20, are at a D6.
Oh shit!
Great day to be a Blue Rocket.
Oh my god!
And it's crazy.
Oh my
The
god!
Crimson Rockets, which started at a D12, are now at a D8. Unnamed faction number 1, which started at a D12, went down to a D8. Unnamed faction number 2 started at a D10, went up to a D12. Unnamed faction number 3 started at a D10, went down to a D6. And then the League is sitting pristinely at a D4, the closest we have ever seen a faction get to completing a goal. So,
Come on!
I want to remind my players that later in this episode, we're going to have to roll the rest of these days. But that's what we got for now. And the worst part is, I'm going to say over this week, unless you are tracking the Pewter City conflict that is happening around Mount Moon very closely, there are no major news articles or breaking news stories over that week.
Well, you know who would be.
Would
That's
I
true.
would this delay or stop my family coming into town if I message them?
If anything, the League going as quickly to a D4 as they did, this might let them come sooner, actually. I think that Coryne, you as someone who is watching the Crimson Rockets conflict quite closely, you would note that the League makes a lot of progress on taking out several higher up admins of the Crimson Rockets, including an admin by the name of Deadbones.
Dead Bones! We heard about him and now we saw him fall. Crazy.
Oh
Yay.
shit!
That's crazy.
I was looking forward
You
to
know
fighting
who-
Dead Bones.
Hey,
You know what I
Deadbones
said?
isn't necessarily out of the picture forever. He's just been captured by the League for now.
I
This
was-
is an anime. Villains
till we
never
get
go
our
I've been
away.
Impel
getting
Down
ready
arc.
to
Yeah, it's
clown
gonna
on
be
him
great.
for his stupid name.
Clowns, Impel Down, Buggy. I'm excited.
The whoop is real.
The whoop
But the real question is, between all these terrorist attacks going on across, how is this going to affect the economy?
Are they terrorist attacks? So we don't know.
See, the thing is one of the things that the audience has to know is the progress can take many different forms towards specific goals, and I have a few of these staged out to where I know exactly what's happened. However, there were so many plot rolls so quickly that happened statistically when they
We're
should
gonna
not
know
have.
right now.
That there's a couple of these that I'm not sure how they impact the story yet, but I have some plans.
Get in the comments. Tell us what you
Get
think
in
they
the
should
comments.
be.
Yeah. You don't give me your best theories.
Let us know what you think we should do 3 months
However-
from now when this comes out.
Let's get back to our slice of life training anime that's going on the other side of the world right now.
And we're all of us
So-
wake up in
Problem.
Vasco
It's
and
not our
smooth jazz
problem.
and bossa nova music playing as we stretch in our satin
We're
sheets.
Pokemon trainers.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's
dun,
we're not the
dun,
police, remember?
Yeah.
They told us that we shouldn't get
They
involved.
told you,
We're
yeah.
not getting involved. It's their problem.
Exactly.
But what if
Especially
we
when
get
you
a
guys
message in
rolled
a
like
bottle?
dog
Then can we be
shit
the
for
police?
like your allies, which is rough.
Is there a second?
Okay.
They're at a D4.
With that, I was talking about the other unnamed allies. But with
Who are
that,
Dang
with
it.
that, we're
Like
gonna
red
pop
or
back
something.
into the downtime activities. Matt, I know that you had several things for Seth to do over the coming weeks, and we also have Gavin needs to get his teammate. Kenna's got a couple of stuff, and there might be a spa day. Actually, we might do the spa day first. Now that I think about it, what do you think,
Yeah,
Matt?
probably.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think the idea is we do spa day / ask a certain person to go with us to spa day, finish that, shopping, something else, and then
Oh.
roll to see how far we are from the nuke dropping.
Oh, okay. It's actually
Go
little
check the
boy's
doomsday
flying
clock.
over. No, I'm kidding.
Nuke.
Okay. So if
Does
that's
anyone-
where we're gonna start,
Kenna
Yeah.
says nuke as if
Does anyone else
she's
think
not the
it's
one
weird?
rolling the nuke every
Does-
time.
Does anyone else think it's weird how the Pokemon League is in charge of dealing with all these like things? Imagine if there were like, there was a terrorist attack in the US, and they were like, "Don't worry, guys, the NBA have got this."
no. But see, the thing is, it's like if the American military owned the NBA is the difference.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
I see.
Okay. So, with that, then, let's go ahead and we're gonna find our way. How does specifically Seth come across the information of there being a spa and that being something that he wants to do, in the city?
Well, I think it was something that Coryne brought up, and then I thought of trying to get to the nursery, and was it Jeremy that told me, or was it
Jeremy had told you that there was one person in the tower who could get you into the nursery pretty easily.
And I was like, do I want to exert energy to talk to this person? Do I want to try? I do want to try. So I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna head over to Corinne's room and go
Okay.
knock on the door, and wait for an answer. No.
Hang on.
What should I do today? Braiding my hair.
And then I go ahead and open the door. What's up?
Hey, so I know you had mentioned to me at some point about the spa and going to the spa, right?
I did promise Myrtle.
So I'm trying to do my best to get as far up this food chain as I can here at Vasco, and one of those is to the nursery, so I could check out some of the Pokemon that have been kind of restored from the fossil process, because they get taken care of in the nursery, but I don't have access to that yet. But somebody who does have access to the nursery, Sammy, and you're the best person to talk to Sammy with stuff, and I've heard from a little rocky guy that Sammy likes the spa. So could you help me help convince Sammy to let me into the nursery by letting Sammy potentially come with us to spa.
Dude, Seth, that's
It's a lot. I know it's so much to ask, and it's
such
so
a big
early in the
ask,
morning. I
bro.
know.
Okay, hang on,
Crazy.
wait, okay. You want to invite Sam? That means we have to endorse Sammy in the spa. I turn and I look to Myrtle, who
But
is
Sammy could
probably
be better than Tono. Sammy could be better.
Myrtle is like bouncing on the bed over in the corner, and I fully open the door and I turn back and I look and I say, you okay if we bring people with us to the spa? Oh, okay.
Weirdo.
But hear me out. I know
Stop.
I know. Can you wait? Okay, wait.
I hate hearing your chair.
For
like
the
at
audio,
work.
for the audio listeners, that is a purely visual gag. You will not
So-
see what the fuck was
No,
happening.
you
No.
can hear the.
Oh no, that's not in
creak
the
of your
my chair
chair.
It's not
squeaks.
gonna-
My
it's not
chair
gonna pick it
squeaks
up.
never make it into the audio.
You know, leave them
never
in.
make it.
For that one bit, leave them in.
Aaron, I'm gonna give you an audio sample of just like a boing, 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 just an obnoxious bouncing sound to put in there.
Okay, but listen. So Seth is okay to come, right? With like Bowie.
Squirtle,
or-
squirt.
Okay, that's fine. We would also. Do you remember Sammy?
Squirtle. Squirtle.
Okay, Sammy was the girl, the person really nice. Okay, I can't lie. to you,
Squirtle,
Myrtle. Yeah, I know.
Nice to
Sammy,
you. She's nice to you.
Sammy
Myrtle
was
hops
nice
off
to
the
us.
bed dunk, dunk, onto the floor and like walks up to you,
Yeah.
puts one hand on your knee, Squirtle,
Mhm.
Squirtle, Squirtle, and just like pats your knee, like do whatever you need to do, Kenna. Squirtle, Squirtle.
I take her little face and I go, "Mwah, oh, I love you so much. You're just the best. You know that, right?
Squirtle.
Chuck her on the
Okay,
bed.
okay. And I rub the kiss off the forehead. Okay. I turn back to Seth. Very serious and businesslike. I think that can be arranged. However, you have to take me to the nursery with you.
I will do. Aaron, please
How
don't.
did you? I turn and look, and I'm like, how did you get on the bed? But you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it.
Oh, it's so visually distracting. You're just like, and your camera's like shaking.
I'm
It's
not
like-
gonna lie. My thighs are burning right now. It takes so much effort to do that.
You need to do
It's
more
not like I'm
squats.
just bouncing in my chair. I'm doing like mini squats.
Wild.
It's so hot. I'm dying.
Yeah, you're in a long sleeve shirt and you're doing squats, micro squats.
You know those death saves you got going on? That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
Hashtag arcane wares.
Okay,
got
so yeah, that should be doable, I think. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, can try to do.
There is no try. There is only do.
That's not
Okay.
the quote.
I don't
I'm
care.
not here.
I don't remember that quote from Detective Pikachu.
Coryne doesn't know that.
Gavin's floating phantom head appears to tell you that it's wrong.
Actually, that's not the quote. Cool. Okay. Well, I need to go invite her, and by that I mean, can you help me invite her? To
Yeah,
do
man.
that, and bring
Yeah,
all your cute
okay.
Pokemon. You know, I'm gonna bring Gibble and Sail and hopefully like schmooze and be like, "Do I come to the spa?" and see if that works.
All right. Myrtle, you want to be on the shoulder, in the arms?
Squirtle, squirt. And then just like puts the tiny little legs up. Like, I don't want either one. I want to walk kind of look.
You got it. You
question.
absolutely got it.
Have
What's up, Matt?
we the others? And by that I mean me.
Okay.
Have I met your Badoo? Is your
I don't
Badoo
think
out?
so.
We haven't had a
No.
scene for that yet because
Yeah.
currently Gavin is out getting his Pokemon as well.
Well, I thought
So,
you guys
there's
were
all that.
at the like this was like the next morning of another.
Yeah,
day
this
or
is
something.
like we're playing timey-wimey with time
Sure,
right now. There's
sure.
nothing structurally about the timeline that's going on right now.
Course.
I feel like we'll
Strange
have that
soup.
scene at some point. It's a weird soup.
Okay. If you don't,
also,
that's
quick
just a Myrtle
clarification.
situation. That's good.
Yeah, quick clarification for me, the GM. Are you guys inviting all the other members of the group as well, including like Vermilion and Gavin and potentially like anybody else?
I think so. I would imagine whoever would want to go.
Now we are.
Oh, it was a clarification question. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to imagine, because Gavin's planning on going, you guys are going to get there, and Gavin and Prince are already in like a soaking tub with cucumbers on their eyes.
They got the little mud mask going on and the cucumbers. Yeah, 100%. Prince is just eating the cucumber. It's
And you're
yeah,
like,
it's
hey,
just how
Gavin,
it
and I'm
works.
like, we're having an us day.
First of all.
Cool.
Okay.
All
So yeah, you have now left. You are still at the doorway to Corinne's room. You can do all the things that you wanted to do. I was just getting those clarifying. Thank you.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah.
Shall we?
We shall. And I look to Myrtle and I say, after you.
It's good. And then walks down the way. And then you very quickly remember that this Pokemon does not remember who Sammy is and is not walking the correct direction. It has to be called back.
Left.
Squirtle.
I got it's okay.
And then points to the right. It's just like Squirtle.
Corinne's eyes get really big and it's just like so cute. But it's this way.
Squirtle. You guys head down the way to Sammy's room, which is like only like 4 or 5 rooms down from you guys. Once again, the door is cracked and there is like there's like pop music playing. And just the smell of the alcohol wipes for like makeup removal is like slowly drifting out of the room.
Neutrogena.
Maybe she's born with it.
It's
Cool.
Not sponsored. Could be.
There you go.
Could be.
Could be. Neutrogena, reach out.
I mean, we got that slogan wrong, but whatever. Never mind.
Yeah, we'll get it right if you reach out.
Maybe
We'll get it right. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe. Anyway. Ding 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 ding.
There you go.
Hey Sammy, are you
tink on the
busy?
door.
Bitch,
What? What is it?
I
Oh
feel like
my
you say that. I feel like you actually.
Like really under my breath.
Yeah.
Hey, so a bunch of us were gonna go have a spa day, and do you want to come with
As
us?
you get to spot A and the door like slowly creaks open. I'm listening.
So we're all going to the spa with our Pokemon because we're about to, train really hard and all this stuff. And did you want to come?
Open invite.
Go ahead and roll a charm roll, and because Seth is also there, take a D4.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8. Am I adding my badges?
You always add your badges.
Add my
10!
badges too.
10. Okay. With a 10, she kind of gives you a look up and down. She goes, I didn't think that you guys necessarily did like self-care, but yeah, we can do that. That sounds great.
What did I
Cool.
suppose
We're
mean?
planning to leave in like 10. Does that work for you?
Yeah, let me just grab my Pokeballs and I'll be ready. I'll meet you down in the lobby actually, because I need to grab some stuff on the way down. I'll be like 15 minutes.
Sounds good. We'll meet you in
All
the
right.
lobby.
Door closes.
I turn to Seth and I go, nursery.
No,
Nursery
I'm
man.
gonna try.
Okay.
Do my best.
And I
Okay.
start laughing.
And then we'll head on over to the elevator.
Okay, you guys head to the elevator.
I'll
Okay,
throw it in the
you
group
pop
chat
down the way.
for the others. Like, we're doing this.
Okay.
Vermilion may be busy currently at the time.
I had a couple of things planned for Vermilion's, but Vermilion was also
Where is
potentially gonna hit the
Vermilion?
spa at some point. As you text like we're headed to the spa, Vermilion say, sweet, already on North Island. I'll meet you guys over there.
Great question. Where is the spot?
The spa is in the Seafoam Stadium, if you remember correctly.
I
Mm.
don't. Now I do. Cool.
Yeah, remember there's that whole document? It's like a page and a half that I gave you guys that said like where all the stuff was that you guys could go do stuff.
Aaron, we know
I
the answer to this
remember.
question. We know the answer
I
to
want
this
to.
question.
Matt doesn't read. Matt doesn't read is the answer to the question. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, after about 20 minutes sitting downstairs, Sammy appears and she's got like a cute little like lime green tank top and like white shorts on. Her like blonde princess hair is all like up and up over her head. And she's walking with like a pink little like arm bag. And she walks out and goes, is this everybody that's coming? Just the three of us?
We may have some more meet us there later.
Okay.
So that's the vibe. But we just wanted to hang out and get to know our fellow potential Bosco friends.
Potential is a good word. You guys are definitely not in yet. But if you do get in, you're definitely not the worst people they could pick. Oh my god, I was walking by the Pokemon Center here on South Island the other day, and there was like people sleeping outside. That's gross. But anyway, if you guys want,
nursery.
But if you're interested, like I have like a bike card, so we can just like bike over. It'll be really quick.
Sick, love that. Let's go.
That'd be incredible.
Okay. As you guys start walking towards like the like electronic bike route, you see that Sammy like pulls out her phone and Pokegram's like on it, and she's like, "Hey, I'm headed to the spa. We're doing a self-treatment day, and I'm going with some like, kind of newer trainers who I'm taking under my wing. So we're gonna keep updates all day long." And then she hits it, and then no, I didn't like that one. Hey, we're going to the spa, and she like does it like 2 or 3 more times before she gets the take that she likes, and eventually gets to the point where you guys are standing by the e-bikes and just waiting for her to finish this.
Oh my god! At some
Hands
point
on the
during the
pedals.
recordings, can I like kind of like lean over and be like, "By the way, you look so cute. You look so cute."
Aw, thanks. And as soon as you say that, her like thumb comes off the recording button. She goes for another take.
Damn it!
Okay. You guys can easily enough get to the spa on North Island, and when you get there, you make your way through Seafoam Stadium, which, as we said before, is like this massive multi-floor structure, equipped with all these different like trainer clubs and all of these like battle item shops and everything. You guys make your way towards the Seafoam Stadium, which, like as we've talked about, is this like giant multi-floor structure that is full of like trainer clubs and battle item shops and everything. And eventually, as you're following Bowie, who's got the map up in front of him, you guys are getting close to the spot when you see like a large floof of red hair with that like yellow streak pop out of one of the battle item stores. As Vermilion goes,
Pokemon trainer.
"Hey guys, we're going. Hi." And you see Vermilion like turn and then see the third member of your group and face fall and Hoodie go.
Oh, come on!
And Sammy, to her credit, does not blink at Vermilion's existence or notice it in any way.
Which is,
like,
I think, what they want. So
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
they would
that is what they
prefer.
want. Yeah.
That's what they would
Okay.
prefer.
Okay.
The four of you gather your things, finally make it to the spa, which is like, you get to it and it's like, in a mall when you get to like a room that like doesn't fit the aesthetic of the rest of the mall, where suddenly it becomes like white tile and there's like, and the walls are tiled too, and there's like weird mahogany pillars throughout the whole thing, and kind of like there's like the one big screen that's just playing like stock footage of islands,
Yes.
You get to that store in the mall where people are able to help you and take the orders. Can everybody who's doing the spa, I believe I included a price in the document, let me double check.
free.
No, I did not include my price. That's gonna be 100 poke for each of you for the day.
Oh
If
my
you
God.
can't get yourself
Okay.
right now, Vermilion will cover for you, which is fine.
Including our Pokemon?
That includes your Pokemon. It's you and one Pokemon is what it covers. So it's the one for you and your Pokemon. But with that, you guys are able to be brought in, which, as stated previously, as you walk in, there's like a mudding room where there's like stone tubs, and you pass by, and Gavin and Prince are both already in their tub with their mud face masks and their cucumbers and their hair done up.
Wow. Here already, huh?
Sorry, it's- Prince and I are having just an us day. If that's
Oh.
alright, I'll catch up with you
Oh.
guys later.
Got it?
I
That's
turn and look at Seth and Vermilion, and I'm like, okay.
all right. Cool.
Nice.
That's good.
As you guys walk by, Myrtle just like spritzes the lightest amount of cold water over you, Gavin. Just as you go by, you just get that like immediate goose pimples.
My girl.
Not necessary. Classy establishment, you're spinning on people.
Oh, yeah, you guys are very quickly treated to massages and mud baths. There is a sauna. There is like a full like hair care. There is like a mani-pedi station. You guys get the whole 9 yards. And with that, each of the Pokemon that you elected to take with you, which to clarify real quick, I believe I have Myrtle for Coryne. Who was going with you, Seth?
Gibble.
Oh my god, there's a moment where Richter straight up, you have to stop him from eting the mud bath kind of thing.
He's just like
where he's laying in it, he's just like scooping it into his mouth. Yumble.
Chucky milk.
Ew!
But like with that, Prince is just kind of very much enjoying like the mud between his spines and everything, and the little massages, like the like machoke that comes out to do your guys' massages is like wearing like gloves. Yeah.
Giving any poison.
No, they've got like these poison resistant gloves on, and they're like fully being able to do like full contact with Prince, which he doesn't get very often, so he's appreciating that. You see at this point that Vermilion, when you get to Vermilion in their tub, they are soaking with a green chrysalis in a yellow chrysalis in their tub
Evolved.
as they're hanging out with their Kakuna, or their not Kakuna. Yeah, Kakuna.
No, Kakuna. You got it right.
Kakuna is
Matata.
correct. Yeah, Kakuna Matata. Their Weedle. Remember when they took like several days of isolation training on Cinnabar to go do their thing? That is where their Weedle
damage
evolved
control with
into
Weedle.
a Kakuna.
Nice.
And they're trying to make it up to Weedle right now. That'll take Weedle off of 0 friendship finally.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh my god.
Kakuna is doing much better. Kakuna also doesn't have a nickname yet.
Matata.
Okay. Matata would be a good one. But yeah, and then I get to do a reveal for Sammy. As Sammy actually pays extra. She does not pay for a single Pokemon to join her. She pays for 5 Pokemon to join her.
God.
It fucking
You can't pay for
bitch.
more.
I didn't think that was allowed.
It's not allowed for you guys. It's allowed for the fun story for her. And
Rude.
I'd let you pay for more, but only one of them's getting the friendship because that's the mechanic of the thing. So if you wanted to treat more Pokemon to, you totally could. I would allow.
I'm not made of money.
it.
They're not gonna appreciate it.
But Sammy goes ahead, and you see at one point she's like standing. She's got like her white robe on, and she's got her thing up, and her hair's all done. She's like taking off her makeup and everything, and she reaches into her clutch and pulls out a Pokeball and clicks it, and immediately there's like a 3-foot tall green and yellow form that kind of appears. It goes Politoed immediately as it pops out, and she goes, "Hi, Polly," and then she pulls out another ball. She clicks it, and another green and yellow form pops out. Politoed! Hey, Pauline. And this continues for 5 Pokemon until you get to the 5th Pokemon, which is a light blue, shiny Politoed. In order, Sammy's Pokemon's names are Polly, Pauline, Paula, Paulina, and Toadette.
Those 2
That's
Paulines.
fucking amazing.
No Paul.
No, there's Pauline and Paulina. There's 2 difference.
Cool. Love
No
that.
Paul.
There's no Paul. There's just Polly, Pauline, Paula, Paulina, and Toadette. Yeah. And all 5 of her Politoads are gonna have the spa day in their own little mud bathtubs.
I had to imagine when Sammy comes in,
Mhm.
the one of the cucumbers comes off again. He looks down to Prince, and then when Sammy is out of earshot, I want to be clear, he'll go like, "No, let anyone in here these days," and then they'll both.
Can't believe it.
When she's out of earshot, this is just
No, she's out of earshot.
Comparatively, having spent $100 compared to spending $1,000 in one day.
No, she's out of earshot, but the attendant who's like going around, you hear like a gasp from the attendant of like a you don't know who she is kind of vibe to it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
getting fucking. Get it. Respect yourself.
Get a grip.
I'm so sad that the battle in Vasco did not go the way of Sammy being the one battling, because I was ready to whip out 5 polytoads.
Jesus.
I'm disappointed.
So wait,
And
wait,
honestly-
wait. Polly,
Okay.
Pauline, Paulina.
Yep, you skipped
Toadette.
Paula.
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 Thank you.
Yeah.
God,
There you go.
how could I
There's
forget
Polly,
Paula?
Pauline, Paula,
Oh my
Paulina,
God.
Toadette. Get them right if you're gonna get them, Kenna. Is all I'm
Oh,
saying.
Jesus Christ.
Wag Force 5.
Okay.
However,
Anyway.
Seth specifically, you are the one who is wanting to use this trip to endear yourself to Sammy. Can you please first describe to me how you're attempting to endear yourself? If it's just like conversation, if you're like picking a lot of the same activities, like whatever you're doing, or if you're just trying to like show off like that you care for Pokemon, like anything like that.
Sure.
Tell me that, and then we're gonna roll the charm die and do all that. So you're gonna tell me what you're
Got it.
trying, and then we're gonna roll for it.
I think what I'll do is looking at the fleet of polytoads that are there. I'll say, "Oh, interesting. Okay." And as Gibble and I, or Richter and I, are spawning up and hanging out, what we'll do is I'm gonna whisper over to to Richter and be like, "All right, buddy. So we're trying to impress them so that we can get into the nursery," and just slide that out of his face, and just keep slide that out of his face.
Yep.
And okay, yep. And as we speak with them, just kind of stop it, and we're just going to just keep them as friendly as possible while we are just hanging out, because we're here to have fun and we don't want to eat all the mud. We'll get food later, but we're just trying to have a good time, make a good impression. Okay.
Yeah, ball.
Cool. Okay.
There's not a
Let's-
thought behind those eyes, as you've
All
said.
right. Follow my lead.
Okay.
And then
Gibble
basically,
stops, or Richter stops you and goes, Gibble, Gibble. Gibble? And just points at Sammy.
Yeah. Yes.
Gibble.
Yeah. I'm trusting you so much with this right now.
Go ahead and roll your charm die. And first, I'm actually going to roll something for Gibble real quick. Okay, don't add a d4 from Gibble. Just roll your charm die.
Just
don't
mud.
add a d4
Fucking
from
mud
Richter.
everywhere. Richter
Well, I
looks
didn't finish explaining
horrifying.
of what I was.
Oh,
planning
sorry.
to
Keep
do.
going. Sorry, please. I
Um,
apologize. Keep going.
But basically, as we were kind of sitting with them and kind of like matching what their routines would be, from that, if I can try and use part of my like water spec to
Okay.
recognize things that would either that or like potentially poke handling of things that would help a polytoad relax the best in a spa condition with the environment.
I'd let you add your
um,
water spec points to this roll for that.
Okay, or Pokemon handling. Pokemon handling would be much better. But just
Um,
showcasing that I can do Pokemon handling stuff and like help the Pokemon look the most relaxing and like help
Yeah,
them
I
looking
could
like really good
also
for
see
like
the
queuing
argument
up
for Pokemon
photo
handling. You know what?
ops and stuff.
You can do a
know?
charm-based handling check if you want.
Cool. Okay. Sick. Love that.
Nice.
Okay, and then adding my badge, that will be 11.
Okay. 11's pretty good. So it's that moment of like he does the point, and you're like, I'm trusting you, buddy. Yeah, ball. And he kind of like yeah, and he goes to like flop out of the tub, and immediately like one of the attendants starts to like spray him with like a nice warm little hose that's like low pressure, just like get the mud off him. And he goes, gibba, 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 gibba. And just scoops it all up onto his mouth.
Love that for him.
And he kind of like waddles over, and you can immediately see like of the Polytoads, like all 5 of them look at him and then just go back to ignoring him. Very Sammy. They do the same mannerisms as Sammy. They do all of that.
Oh my god.
However, he just starts to walk up and go, gibble, 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 gibble. And of them, the shiny one, Toadette, turns and looks down, and they just start to have like a light conversation. And it is during this conversation that you see that Toadette is not fully relaxed like the others are. Using your own knowledge in Pokemon handling, you're looking at Toadette and realizing that like, this Pokemon could probably do with some sort of snack. Probably some sort of food, because toads like to hibernate once they have a lot of food in their bodies. So if you wanted to be the suave, like make yourself look nice kind of person that you're trying to be, you could probably track down one of the attendants, get some sort of berries or snack from them, bring that over, and offer that over. That would be pretty, like, that would be the schmoove.
Yeah, I'll schmoove that way and get a plate, get a little platter going, a pokey platter of food, and bring that over. And I'll start with Toadette and be like, "Oh, you guys look like you're hungry," and just like go down the line of the Polly Toad, the Polly whatever,
Paulina,
Paula, and
you know what I
Toadette.
mean. Put this
Toadette.
Put this food in your body. There you go. And then stop at Sammy and be like, "Oh, I saw your Pokemon were hungry. If you want some snacks too, here you go." Just
as you like
checking on
were
everybody.
approaching, and like first going to offer like food to her Pokemon, she immediately did like that kind of like goes to stop you kind of thing, and then looks at the plate and like doesn't say anything as you go, and the Pokemon like start like taking little like orange berries and Pokeblocks off it. It's like Politoad. And they all get into him. And she's just kind of like casually looking over, and you say the sentence of like, "Oh, I saw they were hungry and got it." And she goes, "Oh, so like you're like good with Pokemon, huh?"
I'd like to think I'm great, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen that yet. You noticed some Pokemon were hungry. It doesn't take a rocket science.
Hungry, yeah.
Hungry. I'm fucking. That was me. That was not her. She doesn't say hungry.
Hungry.
That was Elwin. Elwin said hungry.
My Pokemon wanted Nom Nom, so obviously you've had that.
But like, I heard from Jeremy the other day that you were like doing work in the fossil lab, right?
Yeah. We were developing, getting all the fossils and stuff, and I was actually very curious to see where we took them after, but he said I couldn't go to the nursery. I only had access to just specifically the fossil lab, but I trust they're in good condition wherever they're going. But it would be nice to see the whole.
I mean, if you wanted to see more, you can just check my Pokegram. I stream there like every day. I go there for like at least 2 to 3 hours every day in the afternoons, because first of all, the Pokemon are so cute, but also like it does so many numbers. I get like probably 10K viewers during those couple hours.
Oh, do you know when the Pokemon that you are like helping in certain situations, you know that there are certain like techniques you can do whilst taking care of them, especially in their younger forms, that not only one, help them develop better, but two, work better for being better photo opportunities. We had a lot of people, like tourists.
I knew the first bit, but tell me more about the second one.
Yeah, so when I was in Cerulean, there was a lot of people that would come by while their group, if like the trainers in their group were participating in the gym, the others would come and visit the daycare. So we have a little like playpen area where people can come and like let their Pokemon try out the facility and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things you can pick up that help with like good photo opportunities and work really well on social media. And can I roll to see what our Cornucopia Daycare Insta Pokegram would be looking like if in terms of popularity?
Roll me a D10.
Sick. Do I add my badge to this?
No.
500,000
followers.
Holy shit.
That many. I don't know if that's good or not, but it's
I equate it to like modern day TikTok.
Sure. So it's at least something that gets a lot of people interested and engaging with the Pokemon. So
you see, she's like deep in thought, which for her again is surprisingly a lot.
The one brain cell.
No, she has like a lot of brain cells. She just doesn't let everybody see them all the time. Like a lot of brain cells. I mean, I guess if you were interested in like coming up, like as long as you bring Jeremy with you, I'd be fine if you guys came and check out the fossil lab. Though, and she kind of like gives like Gavin and Vermilion like a side eye, like they're not coming though, right?
Coryne might come.
She's so loud though.
But have you seen
What
how
the fuck?
cute her Pokemon are?
I mean, her Squirtle's like fine, but honestly, it's a little too bulky to be cute for a Squirtle.
Coryne has an aneurysm in a pool somewhere.
Myrtle sneezes.
Well, I mean, I think there is a lot to be learned from Pokemon of varying sizes and varying levels of
No, I
cuteness.
mean like it takes after her. It's like way too muscular.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Whatever. I
In
mean,
the
she
time-
can come, but they're not going to be in the stream.
Today alone, Sammy has shit on the homeless and is now body shaming Myrtle and Coryne. Why are we sucking up to this?
I need
horrible,
Gavin.
I need to go into the
horrible
nursery.
this job, Gavin. I wanna make
But yeah, as
money,
long as they're not in the
Gavin.
stream and she promises to keep the decibel level like below a jet engine taking off, I guess it'll be fine.
Beat the shit out of her.
I will relay that information to her, but will be at the nursery next time we all have the opportunity to, do that stuff. So, yeah.
Hate this.
Spotify listeners, I need you to go to the YouTube channel and go watch Kenna's reaction to all that. All right then. Well, then, you're what? Seth, right? Is your name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'd be happy to take you up there then. You seem like you actually know what you're doing. Fine. And she just kind of like dismisses you like a hand.
Cool. I just kind of stand there because I'm with Gibble. So
You
I'm
see,
just
this
kinda
point,
waiting till-
at this point, the tray that you brought over that was full of food, like at this point, Richter has just started gnawing on the end of it.
Okay, well, we'll just. All right, have,
Pick him up.
enjoy your.
He's hanging
soak.
from it.
Yeah, just enjoy your soak. And I'm like.
Step
flick
on his
him off
foot, that
the-
makes his bin mouth open.
hand the bent, chopped out plate back to the server. Be like,
Mhm.
thank you for.
Richter goes, yeah, I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that's okay.
Yeah, thanks.
You're fine, you're fine.
Apologize. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I go
on
find
that note,
I find that hose that the other person was using to spray Gibble, and I'm just gonna like spray him. But I'm just gonna hit him in his mouth where it's like.
he does like the dog thing where he like bites
Yeah,
the hose.
it's
and
the-
like,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
all right. On the
I
other
think-
side of the spa, Coryne, Vermilion, and Gavin, y'all
Oh my
are soaking and resting in your own tubs.
Fucking live for Gibble antics, dude.
I can't wait for
Oh
him
my
evolves
God.
and he's not going to do this anymore, or he's going to do it bigger.
Oh my god. Also, Kenna has never been so embarrassed for a player character that she's played. Okay. Anyway. Are we all in our own pools?
Yeah, you're all in your own little tubs. Your own little tubs.
But we're close together?
Yeah, it's like a row of them, of like 10 of them, and there's like a couple other guests, and then there's like you guys.
So,
I
so
know,
we're
you
like
got-
those
you picked-
weird commercials.
You pick the tank near Gavin, and Gavin audibly sighs.
I look at Gavin, and Coryne in her head is just like, fucking Sammy, and now fucking Gavin. I'm about to lose it, dude. Oh my god.
Vermilion sends you like a text, like, it's okay, you're not that loud, kind of thing.
I don't even know that was said.
I know.
Coryne sends a text back like, oh, what
Why?
do you mean?
Why? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Never mind. It's just a text you get back.
Coryne
but
like,
Kenna,
Coryne like,
Kenna, there was a scene you wanted to have, and I don't want us to run out of time before you have it.
yeah. Coryne like picks up Myrtle and just as Coryne gets out of her tub and goes to a tub that's like way on the other fucking side of where everybody else is at.
Okay.
And she sits there with Myrtle and she's like, you're the only one that loves me. No.
It's killing
No.
Kenna that she doesn't in character know the conversation that just happened. It's physically harming Kenna that she doesn't know what was just said.
Kenna's taking wounds. So Coryne sits in the tub with Myrtle.
Mhm.
Ultimately relaxed after a couple of deep breaths. And it's just kind of like moving the water with Myrtle so that like the tub becomes a mini whirlpool. Like just a really small one.
Okay, so you're in like a hot water tub at this point, like not like a mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're in like a water tub. And Coryne, I look at Myrtle and I say, you know, we're about to go through some tough stuff, right? Like, tougher than we've ever been through before.
Squirtle.
This well, I signed you up for this tournament with me, right? So it's gonna be me, you, and Beatrix.
Squirt.
Yeah, I know, Beatrix. You're gonna get to fight with Beatrix. So we're gonna need to practice a lot.
Immediately just like dips the head into the water, sprays you in the face with water.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Deserved. But I just... You know I've got you, right?
Squirt.
Okay. Now, I would protect you first over anything.
Squirtle.
You and Beatrice. So, I guess I just want you to know that I trust you a lot. And I know that you're growing and that you're going to be amazing. But I've got you, okay?
Squirt.
Only ever if you want to, okay?
Squirt.
Squirtle is Myrtle. Myrtle's gonna kind of like, so we've got our tub going in this whirlpool thing, and Myrtle's after we say that, Myrtle's gonna kind of give like a little wink, a little Myrtle wink, and she's gonna kind of like, she's gonna shrink into her shell. And she's just gonna let the whirlpool kind of take her shell, and she's just gonna kind of like swirly down towards the middle. And then Corinne's not really ever watched an evolution before. So it's just kind of like, if I may, Squirtle kind of like starts to glow a little bit. And because the water in the whirlpool is moving, it starts refracting and throwing out these kind of like weird lights across, like, you know, the walls of the tub and everything, and it looks a little like rainbowy, but everything is moving. And then all of a sudden, the middle of the whirlpool just like it erupts. It's fucking huge, and Corinne panics a little bit. She's like, "Oh my god!"
All eyes in the spa turn on you.
Cueing the loudness, okay?
Yeah.
And a little war turtle emerges from the pool, and
It's less cute now.
fuck you. She's adorable.
Crazy.
If I may,
and Myrtle evolves.
As Myrtle kind of like pops out of the pool, you see that her skin has visibly darkened. She has now these like two like larger like fluffy ears almost coming off of the side of her head that are like almost like a fleece, and like this like very soft large tail that comes out from underneath her shell, and she's probably another like a good like 8 inches taller. Definitely too heavy now to be carried on a shoulder by far.
Corinne gets a little sad at that.
Gone from the size of a baby to the size of a big toddler.
And does like jazz hands.
Applause immediately. Oh my gosh!
You see, there's like a light applause from the people who are on the spa. And Vermilion sits up in their tub and is like, "Yay!"
Thanks, guys. You look so good. You look so. Oh my gosh! Are you ready? Are you ready to kick so much butt? Yes! And they just start like flexing in the tub together. Yes.
Sammy gives Seth the most pointed look that has ever pointed.
Incredible.
Okay. Fuck yeah, we have our second evolution of one of our 3 starters. That's so fucking sweet. Okay.
Yay.
With that,
Actually, before we move off this scene, so the reason why Gavin's been like away from everyone and like being like this is just an estate is because of Prince's lonely nature. He's letting Prince have a social recluse day, And I like to imagine that after all this craziness has gone on and it's all died down a bit and the room's gotten quiet again, Prince just lets out the longest, most relaxed sigh you ever heard, as if just weeks of stress have gone off. And then he basically just slips into an evolution coma.
I fucking love that.
It's like you do one of those stretches.
Myrtle's
And
still
you're
going, "Why?" in the background and just dips below the mud layer and then pops back out and is 2 feet taller and way heavier. As Nidorino,
He's still
is
small.
so much bigger than
Nidorino's
Nidoran.
not that
Yeah.
big.
It's
You know when you
much bigger
stretch and you
than-
break you crack your neck, but it's just your neck's getting longer. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Oh.
And I like to imagine Nidoran does not register that he has evolved. He's asleep.
Yeah, Nidorino is like has like a foot on Nidoran. And it's that thing of just like as he pops back out over the surface, just is the like deep ass voice that comes out of the fucking tiny Pokemon.
Me too, buddy.
Prince got updated to Duke.
Wait till you get to Nido King. That shit's gonna be King. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Damn, Moonstone
okay.
for that shit.
Thank you for
Nice.
building on that narrative moment.
Thank you.
I actually had another moment I wanted to hit with you, actually, Gavin, which I was gonna move to as well. Was you not only are having an evolution today, but you're having a member join your team. You're having another party member.
Fuck yeah.
You could actually do this if we're playing with like time and doing stuff. You can do this kind of like once you finished up, wrapped up at the spa. You have the 2 Pokeballs belonging to the 2 Mantine that you captured. You can stop by the rare Pokemon store if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you kind of walk into this like red Pokemon trading center where you spent one of the previous days just kind of playing with the Goomy, which you can see the Goomy is now sticking to the ceiling, kind of on the sky, or on the like up in the sky like area. There's like fewer trainers in here, so you see a lot of the like smaller Pokemon are kind of playing with each other. You can see like the Chimchar jumps on the back of like another green monkey that's running around with like a stick. You can see that the couple of Badoo that like Coryne didn't pick up are still kind of playing with each other. There's like that little like blue like sea otter Pokemon. It's kind of bouncing a ball on its nose. All these cute little Pokemon. But as you kind of step in, the attendant looks to you and goes, "Oh, you're back.
Hello, yes, I'm here to pick up my little men.
Oh, so you
My little
okay?
men.
My little guys.
So did you end up having the full price that you wanted to pay for?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I think somebody else may have worked with you. It looks like you're supposed to be trading in 2 Mantine.
Yes,
Okay. Do you have their Pokeballs?
I do. Here.
Okay, and they kind of take it and sit on the thing. Okay. Oh, and it looks like you've got an overage. Would you do you want that in cash or transferred to you? The 1,000 Poke over.
If that could just go on my account, that's good for
Okay.
me.
Yeah. We can transfer that to you. And Gavin, go ahead and mark down 1,000 Poke after you've
Thank you.
traded in the 2 Mantine.
Oh my god.
That's what rolling really high on those wild Pokemon checks get you.
Gavin knows how
and-
to test the system.
Gavin, after a moment, there's gonna be a moment where there is like the 2 balls like disappear, and then on the little like stand that's there, materializes in white light another Pokeball. It is this like red ball, like a deep red with like these 2 like black ovals off the side of it and 3 red lines on each of the black ovals. As the Cherish Ball was kind of picked up. If you've never seen a Cherish Ball, I actually really love how they look.
Google.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
Cherish balls are
dope.
dope.
Yeah, Cherish Ball is one of my favorite designed Pokeballs. As the clerk picks up Cherish Ball and goes, "Okay, sign there, initial, sign, and here's your Pokemon."
Thank you.
The Cherish Ball immediately into your hand. If there's anything that we can help you with in the future, please let us know. We also have a branch in Celadon City if you end up doing any more work with us there.
Thank you very much, and have a great day.
You have a great day as well. And you walk out and you have this Cherish Ball in your hands. Are you going anywhere in particular? Are you doing this in the stadium? What are you doing?
So where is the rare Pokemon shop? Is that in the stadium?
That is in the stadium, same as the spa.
Okay.
So there are training yards in the stadium. There are like the Pokemon centers you could head to. You could go all the way down to one of the beaches. You could go to the caves. You could head back to the tower. There's a lot of different places you could do this introduction at.
I would probably do the introduction with friends back at the tower.
Okay. So, everyone, it is later in the evening. You have gathered from your days of training or your days of being at the spa or all of these different things. Gavin, how would you initiate this conversation with all of your friends?
I have gathered you all here for a much more exciting and fun reason this time. And it's to introduce you to the newest members of my team.
Oh, did you get a couple new Pokemon?
You said gather.
God.
We were just eating dinner.
6.
Yeah.
Follow me. And I lead them out of the dining hall.
We're in the middle.
training
Vermilion
room.
is confused.
Corinne's like, you got a whole new team?
Vermilion like picks up like those like plastic meal trays and starts
That's
like
what I'm
sliding
doing.
them to everybody
Yeah,
else to like
I'm
put
like,
their meals under.
I wasn't ready to go. We just sat down.
Okay. And Gavin gathers you all and brings you down to the training room.
Now, as you know, I like to run my team as a carefully organized unit, and I feel that this latest addition to the team is emblematic of that. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Team Bravo Oscar November Kilo. And I throw out
You're
the Pokeball.
you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Team Bonk,
Oh my
you
God.
fucking monster. As you throw out the Pokeball, immediately it's the single red beam of light for the rest of you. Instead of doing like that like beam of light from the Pokeball, it's 6 separate beams that all kind of hit the ground and zoom back up to the Pokeball. As about 1.5 feet tall each are these 6 little yellow dudes with like these black like circle faces and tiny little blue eyes, and they all have these like hardened red crests going over the top of their body, and they're holding what looks like each of them are holding what looks like 2 tiny shields. The one in the lead having a much larger crest that kind of has like a streak of yellow going up the middle of it. And immediately you hear Falinks, and immediately like in echo as the 6 of them and stand as a tiny little pyramid with like 3, then 2, and then the one with the biggest crest on the top. Falinks! They all say together.
What is this?
Whoa.
Team Bonk, attention!
So is it? So this is your entire team? This is 6 Pokemon.
No, technically this only counts as 1 Pokemon. They work as a squad. Their leader, the
Wow,
brass
what?
over here,
Falinks!
is my go-to man to technically he's not a man, they don't have gender, but they to command the rest
Vermilion
of the squad. But they are an elite fighting force.
Falinks!
Being said,
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't know what their moves are, and I get my Pokedex.
Let me send you. Let me send you the sheet.
They
They're
know
an
tackle.
elite fighting force. I have no idea what they do.
All right, so you've been given the sheet for Falinks. But yeah, they're Falinks. They all like standing at attention with their little shields like up to their brow, ready to go.
Addies.
So cute.
Falinks. And you see they all start kind of like mumbling to each other as they like all get in a little marching line, almost like a giant caterpillar with the lead one in the front, and they all start Falinks.
Now, as soon as this whole tournament business is over and we're looking to challenge the gym here, Team Bonk is going to be my go-to. So we're going to be training hard.
Falinks.
I hope you're ready for that.
Falinks. And you see all of their shields down in the front of them as their little martial group, and it's like all of them are like 1.5 feet tall, but together they're actually a little intimidating as they like all go back to back and immediately do like a turtle shell formation with their little shields, like ready to go. Falinks.
I feel like
This is very
Myrtle-
impressive.
Team Bonk is a very special crew as well. They've got, for put it in layman's terms, they have a special ability called Defiant. It means that if someone tries to lower their stat size, then its attack size goes up.
Whoa.
I don't know what any of that means, Vermilion says, But that sounds really scary.
If anyone tries to lower any of their stuff, they're gonna hit all the harder.
That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Yeah. No, these guys are great. Actually, would you mind if one of these days I put him up against Gerber? I've been meaning to get his group battle instincts better.
Absolutely, you can. They do need some training. They're rank 1 right now.
They go Falinks, and then immediately their little turtle shell just collapses as 2 of them trip and a third one tumbles over.
We're gonna work on it.
When they get stronger,
Myrtle?
they don't
Very
get
strong.
bigger or get extra physical things. They just get more well trained.
Myrtle fluffs a cloud ear at the shell falling apart. Yeah, your shell falls apart.
Square. What turtle? I almost went back to Squirtle because I'm so used to that. What
Squore turtle.
Square turtle.
Square turtle.
It's this half-evolved mess. But yeah, Falinks is there, and all 6 of them kind of immediately look to you and kind of look, and you see that it's this thing where you didn't get this immediately because you were immediately showing them off. They were immediately doing their martial stuff. But all 6 of them look a little nervous and a little out of place and a little they don't quite know what's going on because they haven't been introduced really to who their new trainer is. They just assume it's you.
Team Bonk with me, and I lead them around the corner away from everyone else.
Okay.
Falinks!
Great, and they all
Great
just
to
walk
meet
away.
all of you guys. I'm Gavin. I'm your new trainer.
How are they doing these commands without knowing your name? What the
Falinks.
Falinks.
Each letter of the
Great.
name seems to be representing one of the 6 members.
No, it's the 5 members of Falinks, and then the head one is the brass.
Okay.
And yeah, so listen, I've been a great you guys are so cool, and I'm just really excited for this partnership. And we're gonna kick so much ass, you're not even gonna know what to do with it.
Immediately the Falinks start to hop
The
on
ass?
top of each other, and then the brass is eye level with you and offers out a shield as a handshake.
Can I dap him up?
Immediately.
Yes.
They don't have hands or the ability to really fuck around with dapping, so they just kind of there's a
Just dap the
shield there that you kind of and they're like Falinks, and it collapses because they're still rank 1, and they all fall to the ground.
Yeah, we're gonna just hang out tonight, and then we got some training to do.
Falinks, and all of them kind of get kind of real excited. You can see one turns the other Falinks, the other one's Falinks, and they're hyping each other up Falinks.
Another one. Yes.
Oh, the
What's the
moment
nature of
Ava
this
meets these guys is gonna be crazy.
Oh
What was
my
their nature?
god.
Bashful.
These that's why they were bashful when they got introduced. They were not
Oh,
sure what
got
they
it,
were
got it.
doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
I can't wait for Ava to be able to aerial drop members of Team Bonk on people.
No, what's gonna happen is they're gonna grab onto each other's feet, and then she's just gonna grab the top one and then throw
And
it. Like the bombers from Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, where they
Horrifying.
Yeah. Okay. With that, I'm gonna start us off on kind of the next couple of things. I know some of us have training days and everything. I'm gonna set us up for next session in that, the next morning. Well, you know what? We're gonna knock the rolls out, and we'll report at the top of next session when that happens, because we'll write them all down and we'll recap it for everybody. Because I don't want to do that on camera again. That was rough. That was rough. Okay. But the next morning, Seth, you're gonna get a dunk 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 on your door.
Bowie, can you get that?
Dota.
Victor, help him get to the door handle.
Immediately you hear "Achoo! Achoo!" From behind the door, as the Pokemon are the ones that open the door, and you recognize Taub's ridiculous
Taub.
allergies on the other side of the door.
How's it going?
Hello. Hello. I was just
Return
seeing if
them.
you were still ready to
they're
go. And he like you see like reaches into his bag and like takes like a fire type Pokemon like snack and like rubs it under his nose and it kind of clears the sign just like you had taught him to do. He goes, I was just making sure that you were still wanting to go to the Weather Institute today.
Yeah. Is the whole crew able to come, or is it just an invite for me? Or
if
Nice.
they're not busy, yeah, they can come, but I just
Sweet, group text. Hey guys, Tom said he's taking us to the thing. Please come out of your rooms.
Vermilion text. Sorry, I'm busy. The other two of you, are you going to go to the Weather Institute with Seth? Did you have time allotted in your training schedule for that?
If you don't, it's fine. But
If
I do
you-
now.
Muted, Burrty.
we don't have time today.
How many days are left?
Well, you were up. It was up to you to track your own amount of days. We haven't been going in a linear path. It was how much you had dedicated to training, how much you had dedicated to all these things. That's why we're playing a little timey-wimey.
Right. Okay.
We did.
So it's however
We
many,
did
because
the
I know that
song.
Kenna spent 7 days of training, very specifically. I remember that. Or was it Matt? It was one of the two of you did 7 days
I had
straight.
7 days exactly.
It's Matt who did 7.
I
I know that
4.
I know that Burrty did 4 days of wild Pokemon training, like out on the routes and stuff. Yeah. So
But I got
it was up
experience
to you.
for that.
You were supposed to. If you didn't mark it down, we can mark it down after the
Okay,
session.
so that's good. No, because I did 4 to get the experience to get Prince up to rank 3.
Okay.
But if I can fold the Pokemon catching into that, make them the
Yeah,
same
that
day,
was
so that's
part
great.
of it. Yeah.
Um,
So it was up to you to track the amount of time that you had, and we will right after the session go through and make sure everybody's time lines up with what they've done.
I'll go to the Weather Institute. Why not? I'll back you up.
Okay. So you're gonna spend a day doing the Weather Institute. Kenna, are you also gonna spend a day doing the Weather Institute, or do you not have training days? Okay. So with that, then you get the and it's that thing where you open your door and Taub's already kind of in the hallway talking to Seth. So
Hey, Taub.
yeah, my uncle gave me a pass for the day. So actually nobody's gonna be like running us through. He just kind of like said show up because apparently there's not like a whole lot of work going on in the actual institute itself today.
Cool. That's great. Any particular time you're wanting to leave? Is now good?
Oh, I was
Or-
thinking now. Yeah, it's not like a
Sure.
big institute, but I figure we want to go before it gets hot outside. You know.
That's fair. Yeah, I am ready to go. Let me grab my bag.
He grabs his bag. The other two of you hear that they're immediately planning on going in terms of the time that they're planning on leaving.
Shit. Myrtle.
What?
Wake up. Get up. Come on. We gotta go.
Myrtle like crawls off the bed and there's a heavy as
Oh.
Myrtle gets off the bed. Myrtle can now touch the bed and like climb up all on her own and everything. It's great.
That's incredible.
Yeah, eventually you get pulled off. Gavin, do you have any of your Pokemon out as you're getting ready to go for the day?
I will have. I'll have Ava out. Why not?
Okay. Kind of like flaps into the air, and like Taub immediately like takes like 4 steps back from the intimidating bird.
Just wait. She's almost
Why don't you
done
meet us in the
cooking.
lobby,
She's almost ready
Taub?
to evolve.
She's
We'll
almost
go
ready.
to the-
Again.
we'll meet you in the lobby so you can take an elevator without Pokemon in it to help.
I
Allergy.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Taub goes and gets in it and starts to head down the elevator. Pretty quickly, if you guys would like to travel quickly, to the Weather Institute, it's all here on South Island. It's actually not super far away from Vasco. It's out on the edge of the island near one of the cliffs. You remember how I mentioned you guys previously, right? And just back me up if you don't remember any of this. South Island is the industrial district of Seafoam City. So it's a lot of like wide roads available for trucks. It's a lot of like large office buildings. As you kind of follow a road to the south side of South Island, like the southeasternmost tip, you can see that the road kind of veers off and goes towards more like a grassy path. And on the other side of that, there is like a larger building, maybe 3 stories. It's pretty wide, but is made almost entirely out of glass in terms of the walls. These large blue reflective panels where you can't see into the building, but anyone who's in the building would be able to perfectly see out in a 360 scope around the entire building.
Whoa.
And you can see that there's like these like odd metal structures kind of built up around the sides of the institute, and you can see there's like a huge weather vane on top and like several large satellite discs, and it looks like almost like something closer to like akin to like an observatory on the very top, is this large kind of building. Taub is kind of looked at you guys and goes, okay. So yeah, my uncle said, sorry, I'm having a hard time today. My uncle said that basically we can just kind of like come in. There might be like a couple of like new people who'd be willing to like show us some stuff if we wanted. By the way, Taub, not dressed in his researcher's equipment. He is dressed in like khaki shorts with his like spindly pale legs coming out the bottom of them. And then like a large, like a too large green polo is what he's wearing. And he goes, but if we want like to be shown anything, there's a couple of new guys who might be able to like help us out.
Cool. That sounds good. I can't wait.
Okay. All right. Let's right over here. And instead of taking you guys to the front door, you see that there's like a well-worn path off to the side, and he kind of like walks down it, and there's like a side door that he walks up to, and there's a little metal key thing, and he swipes a card and dunk, 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 hits a button, and it opens up. And immediately you guys get like cold air immediately. It kind of reminds you of when you walked into the like hermetically sealed lab of Pallet Town. And immediately there's this kind of like ambient light to all of the windows that are kind of open. You see that you are in the middle of like a large, almost like office, where you can see like there's like separate cubicles and everything, but none of the like cubicle walls or anything are over like 4 feet, so that everybody can kind of see over and around everything else. You see that on the other side, there's like this beautiful view of the cliffs overlooking the ocean of Seafoam. In the center of the room, there's like a large metal staircase that like is like a spiral staircase that goes up to the next floor. You can see that like of the like maybe 20 or so desks, there's like 4 or 5 people working there. It's like not high numbers in terms of who's actually here. Real quick, can I get a percept check from everybody?
Yeah.
Is that a spot hidden?
Yes, that is what it would be, because there's no perception in this game. There's only
Wanna
spot
run
hidden. Because nope. Remember,
Cool.
I play a lot of different games. One of them's Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Spot hidden is the name of the game.
12.
12. Okay.
5.
Coryne?
5.
5. Okay. 5. Okay. Okay. So, like, as you kind of look around, Gavin, you can immediately see that the researchers are actually not alone in this room. Swirling around the ceiling are tiny little like gray wisps of storm clouds that are all kind of like just in the building, it looks like. And then among them, you can see that there are like these small gray, like light gray and dark gray patterned like blobs, like maybe a couple of inches tall. And it seems like you watch one of them and they kind of like float between a couple of the clouds, and you could see it like breathe out, and suddenly like there's almost like an icy little thing, and a cloud puffs into existence right in front of it, all inside of this building, this like 20-foot high ceiling, that is kind of like there's like its own little weather system going on in the ceiling of this room.
And I can infer from context and how much Seth has been geeking out that that's a cast form.
Probably, yeah. And Seth has not noticed them up to this point yet. Seth is just kind of still looking around at everything else.
I'm going to just tap Seth on the shoulder and point.
Okay. You follow Gavin's fingers and immediately see Seth. Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
2d6. Okay. 1.
1. I thought it was 1 total. I was like, how'd you get a 1 on a
No,
2d6? How the fuck did that happen?
am I adding it together, or am I rolling
yeah,
that?
you're adding it together.
Matt's rolls are.
2.
Oh, so you see 3
No.
little cast form on the ceiling of this thing currently. And they're all kind of playing around in the clouds, and you hear like like from among them. And you see like a couple of the researchers have just like stopped doing what they're doing and are just all also staring, like looking up at like these little cast form play.
I'm gonna go over to where they are and just slide up to the railing and be like, cool, aren't they?
You see 2 of the researchers. Hi. Who are you?
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna reach in my bag and pull out my lab coat and put that on and be like, sorry, Seth Wake, Cornucopia Daycare.
Oh, did
Mark,
we
maybe
have
you're
a? You see, like one of them like reaches out, shakes your hand. Did we have like a? Oh, you have more people. Okay. Did we have a tour scheduled today? And then they see Taub and they go, "Never mind, I got it."
Nepotism.
Well, yeah, they're definitely interesting. These ones just came in from Hoenn. The rest of them are all out in the field, so these ones are a little too new to actually go and be in the field yet.
That's fair. Do you have like is there a specific place you get them from in Hoenn? I'm not. Too familiar with it. My sister
our
went there,
sister
but-
research institute, like the Weather Institute. They seem really drawn to like weather equipment, and they gather there. Other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot of private houses that can get them. They're just a little on the rare side, but they're definitely a sight to be seen when they're around.
Yeah, they're awesome. Huh. You said there's more outside.
No, there's more out in the field. A lot of our
Oh.
researchers are out today. There's just been like a lot of the weird weather going on. I'm sure you've heard the storms that were happening over on Route 22, 21.
Boy, haven't we? Crazy.
Yeah, they're all out there checking out the weird weather, seeing if they can break up what those Gyarados did. Like, geez, it feels like a month and a half ago now.
It was rough weather.
Yeah.
Still happening?
Yeah, it seems like the weather seems like almost permanently fucked up on that route.
Jesus.
But yeah, as you kind of like look about though, you can see one of the cast form like drifts down over one desk and like 6 or 7 sheets of paper go like flying off it, and then it kind of like spirals back up into the sky, and it's just kind of sitting there.
No.
I just realized I have a Moonstone in my inventory.
Yeah, you guys got
We
one
can-
on Cinnabar.
Yeah, we can have Nidoking now.
You could literally just skip Nidorino and go straight to Nidoking.
I mean,
if
I
you
might.
wanted.
I need those
God.
stats for the tournament.
Damn.
Rock up with a fully evolved crew.
Okay. But yeah, the you kind of like it's that moment where everybody just kind of gets distracted and starts watching those. Kenna, can you roll me don't add anything to it, just roll me a d20.
Okay. 20.
Let's go.
Okay. Good
Wow.
to know.
50
What?
cast
No.
forms.
No. What does that mean?
That's crazy.
Swarm out of the sky. Beg to
Aaron!
be set Pokemon.
Taub turns to you guys and goes, "Yeah, these are the new cast form. I heard that my uncle like was working with the Hoenn Research Institute to like Weather Institute to like bring them over. But no, apparently they're gonna start doing. There's a daycare over on one of the Sevi Islands that they're gonna start seeing if they can like start a breeding stock here, so they don't have to import them every time."
So you only get these cast forms from Hoenn.
The researcher was saying, goes, yeah, it's one of those things where they've only really appeared in a few different places. They seem to really like to live in high atmosphere, so it's kind of hard to get access to them unless they choose to come down and hang out around the weather equipment.
Is that gonna change anything about them if you start trying to breed them here?
I mean, I'm a meteorologist. I'm not a Pokemon breeder. But I can't see why not. That's just their preferred location, is living up in the higher atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. So how would you catch one if they're so high up? I mean, do you fly that
Here,
high?
you seem to have questions. Why don't I take you to our cast form expert and have them answer your questions? Because I do not know what you're asking about right now.
Right,
Seth, do
meteorologist.
that.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Seth, you're like, let's do that? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Seth!
Sorry,
Storm
I
expert.
was busy doing something. I wasn't able to focus on what we've been talking about for the past like 10 minutes.
Okay.
What's going on? What are we doing?
Basically, the conversation that was happening was...
This is Seth asking that question.
okay. Yeah, I was just offering to your friend here to talk to the cast form expert, kind of one of our resident Pokemon carers.
Absolutely. What direction do we go for that?
Oh, just follow me. And you see that at this point, they walk to that like central staircase and like start to do the slow climb all the way up to get to the second floor. And you guys go up, and it's that thing where you're like 20 feet in the air at like a point in time with the staircase where you can like look down over the whole office building. Coryne, how big is your intelligence
Low.
die?
It's a D4.
Okay, never mind.
Mine's
So,
20. Does that help?
What
Nope.
the fuck?
Nope. So you guys get all the way up to the second floor. And up there, it seems like there is like some more of the like private offices. You can see that there's like these like glass walled rooms, and one of them has like is full of like a lot of metal equipment and like sensors and stuff, almost like more like a research lab. You can see that there's another that looks almost like some sort of like charting room with like these like large paper charts that are up. You can see like tracking data and all sorts of things. And then a third one of the rooms in there looks like a Pokemon nursery. Like this is a pretty standard format for how Pokemon are cared for. You can see that there are like individual beds and like a feeding area and everything. And currently working at the desk, there is kind of this like wizened older woman, like dark skin, big smile lines, and like it looks like if someone took like a PNG of a cloud and then just like sat it on her head is what her hair looks like. And you kind of walk in, and the researchers are, Professor Wichita, these people wanted to talk to you guys about the cast form. And she goes, yes. Oh, lovely.
Which? Emphasis on which.
Hello.
Hello. Please come in.
Hey, Coryne, have you ever met a Pokemon professor that wasn't named after a tree? This is a first for me.
Coryne gets that look that's like like you've pointed something out that's kind of Twilight Zone-y, and Coryne kind of looks around feverishly and is like, don't ever mention that to me again.
The moment where like the fourth wall just like trembles a little bit.
Coryne looks at the camera.
It's like
Coryne looks up and sees Kenna and goes, what? Come in. You wanted to hear about the cast form. What outlet were you from? Are you some sort of... Oh, you're wearing a coat. You must be another researcher. She looks at Seth.
Seth Wake, Cornucopia.
Nice to meet you. Wake, I'm friends with your father. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
I'm sorry for all the peaking audio for every person who's listening to this right now. I'm trying to pull it back.
My headphones are down here, but I can still hear. It's fine.
It's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to back up as I do this.
Yeah, just don't peek as much. Just don't peek as much.
Hey, it's impossible. So yes. Well, what were you wanting to hear about the cast form? And she's got like she's missing like 2 teeth near the front of her mouth, and she's just kind of like they're replaced by like these like silver like really pretty ones with like intricate carvings and stuff on them.
whoa.
Anything and everything. I just think it's a really interesting Pokemon, and it would be great to meet one in person if possible.
Oh, well, that'll definitely be possible. They settle down generally around noon is when they like to eat. If you're interested in the cast form, I have all of my research notes.
And you see there's no computer on her desk. There's only 4 filing cabinets. As she
Catalog. I love it.
And she pulls out.
This is our first binder. It goes back to my early observations regarding the cast form. Did you know they're really quite a unique Pokemon when it comes to the amount of different forms that they contain? There are several Pokemon that can change forms, obviously, like Ditto. But these Pokemon
specifically
have
to weather
set forms.
is
Weather
very
set forms, exactly. So what I've been doing is I've been doing research in a location like this, where even though we do see rain and sun quite a bit, there's unfortunately not a lot of snow here in Kanto. Well,
But have
and
you
she
considered
just
with the cave down below?
that's
testing
why
that
this
out?
location has been so perfect. So
That's great.
I've been doing a lot of research. Nobody ever asks me about the cast form.
Some people say that it's an underwhelming Pokemon, and to that I scoff because
You
how?
look back, Vermilion did not join you on the second floor.
I know. It's like a boop, 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 missing
Because
silhouette of
Vermilion's not
where a
here.
person would be. I know.
Vermilion is off into another point in the island.
I'm
Like,
saying it as a consistent and loyal cast form fan that I need to announce that it is not an underwhelming Pokemon.
Well, no one ever asks me about the cast form, so I'd love to tell you about them. I look like I'm boring your 2 friends, though.
No.
We're
Not
having
it.
fun, right, guys? We're good, yeah.
Tao
Yeah,
goes,
good.
I don't need to hear about the cast. I've heard about the cast form, Professor Wichita.
Coryne is like
Well, then you can
staring too
leave.
closely at their mouth.
Yes?
Yes. And I stand behind Seth.
Well, if you're bored, you can go downstairs. I have plenty of research notes for anyone who's interested in the cast form, though.
And she kind of pulls out a... that's kind of like the observation room where the cast form were kind of swearing. It's the interesting room is what it was. This is the room with research labs and everything.
Peace.
Yeah, you go downstairs. Peace. Tab goes with you. Coryne, are you gonna go with them?
No, I stick with Seth.
Okay. Yeah. So at this point, Professor Wichita is gonna pull out several binders, Seth, and you at this point, can you roll me a Pokemon handling check? Education or intelligence base?
I'm doing education.
Okay. Because this is less directly handling Pokemon and more your ability to discuss them, your individual learnings that you've had about Pokemon.
Pokemon handling, and I'm using education?
Yes. Because
Okay,
normally this would be a lore check, but this is less about you recalling information and more using your knowledge of actually treating Pokemon.
So it'd be 12. No, I'm sorry, no.
That's
13.
That's really good. That's really good. You are able to hold a conversation with this woman, and after about 3 minutes after Taub and Gavin are gone, her vibe gets considerably calmer, and that it seems like that's kind of a thing that she puts on to get rid of the people who really don't care about what she has to talk about. So actually, and she comes down considerably. And she starts leading you through kind of her notes, talking about how cast form were first discovered in Hoenn. Really what they've discovered about the limitations. She has sort of these wild theories regarding cast form and more styles of weather that she hasn't been able to test them around yet. Like sandstorms, perhaps. So she kind of starts it's almost just dumping this information out. And you are able to catch up pretty well in terms of her knowledge and reflect some of her ideas and kind of act as a bounce board, so to speak, in this conversation. I know what you, Matt, you as Matthew, not as Seth, potentially as Seth, but mostly as Matthew, what your ulterior motive is here. Can you please roll me a charm check with an advantage because of how well you did on the other one?
That is a good sound.
It's a great sound.
So you said just charm?
This is a charm roll, yeah.
A D4 advantage?
With a D4 advantage, correct.
Okay, got it. Disgusting. 4.
You rolled two ones?
2 ones.
Damn, you're gonna have to
It's
talk
the
your way
worst.
through this, and instead of getting an automatic win.
I know,
Okay.
that's great.
So eventually, she goes,
And that's why we're trying to set up a breeding center on the first or second Sevi Island. I never remember.
Oh, well, I mean, if you ever need on-the-field research, we're currently doing the Pokemon circuit, and I think it would be great to have a little buddy cast form to help traverse it.
Oh,
deal
you
with
were
weather and
hoping
stuff like
to receive some form of cast form.
I wasn't
Well-
looking to receive necessarily. Obviously, researching to know. I don't know if I can catch one out in the wild. Obviously, this would have been the best
Well,
place. to look
unless
for
you
one.
can somehow enter the atmosphere, it would be almost impossible to catch a cast form in the wild.
Hey, and I'm willing to try, if that's what it takes.
I like
She's
that.
really strong. She can throw very far.
she looks at Coryne.
Really?
You can borrow Ava
Corinne
for
has
an
never
afternoon,
been
is all
more,
I'm
like,
saying. You can borrow Ava for an afternoon.
Ava breathes air, right?
Oh, do you mean in the stratosphere with no oxygen?
Yeah, you get to where the oxygen's thin.
Okay, never mind.
It was more of a, I'm not physically going to do that. It was more of a
okay.
saying it for the saying.
Okay.
I
But
can't-
Eva needs to breathe air, right?
Sure, I didn't realize that's how high you meant.
Yeah, it's high. Now, if you get a flying Pokemon that didn't need to breathe air, now we're cooking. We're cooking.
Is that I can't think. What would that be?
I don't know. I'd have to look through my list.
But she goes, well, if you are interested in a cast form, I highly, highly, highly suggest getting in touch with the breeding house that we're setting up on I believe, 2 Island. I believe is the correct place it is. It might be on 1 island. But the Sevi Islands, they're not part of the Kanto circuit, as I'm sure you're aware. But they are actually a wonderful place to train. So if you're ever looking to get a cast form, I mean, of course, there's like the internship that we do here. You'd have to spend at least a week here to start the internship. Well, we've had 0 applicants this season so far. But other than that, if you did the week-long weather internship, actually,
And you see she like starts like boom, 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 boom through her like filing cabinets. Get through them.
she goes, actually, we've had we've had 1 applicant, and he's downstairs. But besides that, we've had no other applicants for our week-long internship. If you come and work here for a week, well, then maybe I could help you get one of our newer stock, maybe, to have as a research companion.
Possibly. Could we barter for 4 days left? I have 4 days left of my training week that I can't before the tournament.
Oh, you wouldn't be starting for at least a week or 2 anyway. I have to run a full
okay.
background check. I have to put you through all of the league sources.
Sure, yeah, I could do that. That sounds doable.
Okay,
sure.
then I'll have to introduce you to our other intern then. What was his name? I don't remember. Well, but if you want to hear more about the cast form,
And she goes back to her original binders and starts just like info dumping more. I'm really quickly going to borrow Gavin. Gavin, you went down to the interesting floor, correct?
Sure, yes.
Okay, and your int die was a what?
20.
Okay,
Fuck off.
so you are filling all of the holes
Street
I needed
smarts.
Coryne to fill. So I'm going to make you make an... you already made a good roll. Yeah, I can't see any reason why this wouldn't be you. Okay. So as you're sort of like working on the observation level and everything, you see that one of the desks has like a series of monitors that's kind of like, it looks like weather cameras almost, that have like, you can see that in the view of all the weather cameras are like windsocks and like all of these different things that keep track of devices and everything. But a lot of them are set up around Seafoam as a city. And you realize that this Weather Institute accidentally has a CCTV of basically the entire city. Because they have all of their weather cameras up. And as you glance by, I'm going to require one more roll. It is going to be a spot hidden roll. And I'm not going to tell you what you need to roll to see if you spot this.
Come on, baby.
Because this is a 1 in a million shot, Doc.
21.
Okay. So as you kind of look, you spot like, oh, there's a building I've always been really suspicious of. There's Vosco. And you kind of like are just like looking at it like, you know, just kind of staring at it. It's kind of caught your eye absentmindedly. And you see like people just kind of walking in and out of one of the side entrances. And you spot like an off blonde set of hair that you recognize that's like kind of dyed in casual clothes. Similarly to when you met him the first time, there's like a flannel and like a band t-shirt that he's wearing. But he's not wearing the uniform that you saw him in most recently in a newspaper, as you see Graham walking into the side of the Vosco building. And that's where we're going to end today's session. Oh, I love that I'm going to have to fix Kenna's scream every time it happens. Thank you guys, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate you for being here on today's episode of Unbeatable, and we're going to see you next time.
I
Goodbye!
fucking told all of you. I told you.
Thank you for watching this episode of Unbeatable. Support us through our Discord. There, we interact with our community and gather questions for our monthly Q&As. See you next time, and remember, stay unbeatable.
I am unbeatable, I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold, because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer, you just wait. And I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable.